Hi, and welcome to episode 63 of the Stouting Off podcast. Before we get started, please like, subscribe, and share this podcast with every single person that you know. Let's jump right into it. Episode 63 of the Stouting Off podcast. All right, unfreeze, you guys. Voice cracked already. Puberty at 34, it never stops. Thought it would stop around 18, 19, 20. Didn't. Still get voice cracks. Did you guys hear that? Jordan and Will, hi, welcome. Did you hear it?
I thought it would end in 1820, and then 100 years goes by, 1920, it's still not gone.
When are they going to resolve?
Yeah, when are they going to really resolve that?
Yeah. I've been prescribed many things for the occasional voice crack. I take a daily horse vitamin basically for it. Doesn't work.
And that's over the counter.
It's OTC. It's a daily medication I take just for the every 6 weeks voice crack. But it saves me that much humiliation. It's that important to me.
Yeah.
How are the boys? How are you guys?
Good.
We're well.
Well,
You look well.
Well,
Do
we are
we?
well, Seth.
I got a
That
new
adds up.
necklace.
I was just about to say I noticed the necklace.
I too noticed it.
Do you like it?
I like it.
Is this the kind of necklace that needs to be tucked in, or does that make it not worth having?
No, yeah, unless
No,
it's
you
like
don't.
very special to you, maybe.
This?
You don't hide your light under a bushel basket, Jordan. You let it shine before men. You leave
Which
it
is
out.
That's
you stole
why
the
I
words
bought
right
this.
out of my mouth, honestly.
That's right.
Right out of my mouth.
I was
That's
trying
why
to
I
beat
bought
you to it.
Do
Hey,
you
I
want to know a secret?
Yeah, I'd love to.
There's a website called Shein, and Monica likes to shop for the kids on Shein. It's basically like kind of stylish clothes, but very, very cheap.
It's okay.
I got this necklace for $1.50.
Will you get me one for my birthday?
Now you're
Would ya?
asking a little too much.
It's 10 months away. Gives you time to budget for it. 10 cents a month. How's the math work?
Talk
Don't
to
know.
Monica before you go ahead and purchase that, of course. And
Yeah.
And I'd love
Put it
to,
on your
but
re-
I got to see.
Yeah, put it on one of your rewards cards. Tough to say rewards sometimes. Get tongue-tied and it's all good. But episode 63. I remember when my grandpa was 63, dude. And I remember telling him on his 63rd birthday, Grandpa, it's only one more year until you're 64, like Nintendo 64.
which he was probably so in tune with and understood completely.
And also the age
he
of
was
my
like-
dad. The age of my dad.
Dude, I feel that.
He
I
was
was
the
asking-
age of my dad.
Yeah. And your
That's-
dad is spry. I felt like my grandpa was always 800 years old.
He's a wizard.
He was Gandalf, dude. He was what? He was like after Gandalf went through he fought the fiery thing. I don't know
Mordor or
what
whatever.
to call it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was gray and then he came out white.
Yeah.
That was my grandpa.
Huh.
Larry. We've talked about him before. I've given his whole life story on here.
Mhm.
Retired truck driver, started his own cartage company. Cartage, but he said
Yeah.
cartage. He said things like cartage, music, Swedish, Tuesday, garbage. Yeah, it was great. So anyway,
Shamrock.
how are you? So what's going on? Episode 63. We're here. I'm drinking a rye that we got when we were together, actually, in Louisville, Kentucky.
That's true.
Oh.
Yeah. I
You were
ran
there,
out of-
weren't you, Jordan?
Yeah. Prickly Pear.
Sure was.
In
Yeah,
Manhattan.
the Prickly Pear Manhattan. Yes. December 5th, your birthday tour.
We
Kind
were
of.
there for Will's birthday.
That's right. And we
Yep,
did a
we did a
podcast
birthday
episode while we were
episode.
there.
Did.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
What number was that? I'll
That
come
was the
back
one
to that.
about dads giving directions.
It went mini viral in our little Stouting Off ecosystem, dude, because it was funny. And that
Yeah.
was one of
Yeah,
the
it
first. Yeah.
That was a fun one.
It was.
Stressful.
We
Setting
had
up
to
the
pack
gear.
so much
I had
stuff.
no idea we were going to record at all. And then we were like, I don't even remember was it the first day that we were in Louisville?
Yes.
I think
staying
it
there.
was. Yeah.
And
And Stout and I recorded one the night before.
in a
at
the
Holiday Inn
Holiday Inn.
Express.
Yeah.
And that episode popped off because we recorded it at a Holiday Inn Express.
And it was about Christmas. and
Yeah.
like people setting their cars up as animals, or
Mhm.
like Christmas, like reindeer.
Yep.
Yeah, it was called Stop Talking to My Girlfriend. Go back and watch that one. That was 27. The one that we were on where we had Will for one of the first times, episode 28, talking about when I auditioned for the Blue Man Group, and we talked about a lot of other things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't actually do the audition, but I thought about it. And that was the most viewed episode to date of the Stouting Off
date?
podcast. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Don't
Thanks,
ask me
man.
how many views. You just have to go and check it out
And
for
you
yourself.
wondered why you were here. He was, and you wondered.
He was born for this.
You wondered why you were here.
You wondered viral. You did,
I
man.
wonder why it went
You
viral.
wondered wild.
You wonder why it went viral. You want to really know why it went viral?
Sounds like Jar Jar Binks. I watched episode 1 the other day, which has Jar Jar Binks in it, and I was with my nephews, and they just thought he was hilarious. And I personally was like, I get why Jar Jar Binks is so hated by like the Star Wars fan community, because he's a dork.
Is he?
Yeah, I haven't watched those Star Wars movies in quite a while. I don't even know if I've seen them all. I don't think I have, but I just knew right then and there when that movie came out that I could impersonate Jar Jar Binks. You know,
Do it, because I don't know.
Just from
Peter, me, Jar Jar Binks. You know, like that.
Wow,
Hey, dude.
Hey, man.
I don't know what he
is a
says.
Renaissance man.
Dude, that's tight.
That was tight.
I've never even known what he sounds like, but you sold me.
I don't know what else he says except his own name. That's
yeah,
it.
he says Misa, and his whole
Misa.
Oh,
all his countrymen do as well.
Misa.
And it's funny that you knew that based on just the movie poster and not even having seen the movie.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's it.
The movie poster without Jar Jar on it. It's just the one you're just like, I bet there's a character in this
There's a
movie.
new Star
That
Wars
sounds
movie.
like
I
this.
bet there's one that sounds like Mr. Peter.
Dude,
That's great.
I have never, ever seen one episode of Star Wars.
Seinfeld. Oh.
Seinfeld. The Seinfeld
Or no, it's
episode
not
of
even
Star
episodes.
Wars.
It's
Whatever.
movies.
Movie installments.
they're called episodes.
Episodes are fine.
There's
Yeah,
episodes.
Are they?
episodes
Yeah.
are great. Yeah.
my
That's great.
brother had the VHS collection where it was all different colors, like the Left Behind series.
Sure, respect. Or Nickelodeon video cassette tapes that were orange.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
That was tight.
So yeah, but he had them all. I've never seen one.
Well,
They're boring.
Really?
no, there are some that are better than others, but where it gets confusing is they start off the whole entire shebang, right? The first couple of movies are not in the series is not in chronological order. So it starts off with
Of, like, age,
sort
you
of
mean?
in the future,
Oh.
and then they like the new Obi-Wan Kenobi series that just came out on Disney, which is awesome, by the way.
I'm hearing nothing but good things.
It's great. Ewan McGregor, come on. But
you and McGregor
you and
are both
McGregor,
in it,
you and
dude. I
Conor
loved
McGregor,
both of you guys
You
in
and
it, dude.
Conor McGregor were in it, and
He's had
that's
some
what I
fun with
remember
it.
about it. And I was so proud. And
Thank you. That's why I've heard great things.
But yeah, they're like it's all over the place. So you like have to know that going into it, because I really didn't. I thought like, well, I've never seen that Star Wars, so I guess I'll pick up where I left off. And then they start it, and I'm like, that person is a child now, and they weren't a child; they were a full-grown adult when I first started watching it. But
Yeah.
it is great. You can get lost in the weeds. So there's a lot of characters, and it's an expansive sort of like universe.
Yeah.
So
My next door neighbor just went to Disney World in Florida,
mhm.
and he's like, "Yeah, we got to go to like the Star Wars place." He's like, "I bought a $200 lightsaber."
I
And-
want to go there so bad.
So do I, but
Where's
I don't
that-
have the same like investment of time of knowing every single thing about the movie. He's like a big movie fanatic, like Star Wars guy.
Sure.
And so he wanted to go there and get the lightsaber. And he's like, I promised my daughter that I'd get her one too. She's 4 months old.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey,
I was about to say Starbucks.
Starbucks, dude, never gets your order right.
They just, I mean, a 4-year-old can't appreciate Starbucks.
Every kid on Starbucks.
Not Star Wars.
Every child under the age of 10 deserves random gifts that cost hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
It's
Right?
true.
Right.
It's
Right?
true.
That's
Yeah.
when you gotta realize, like,
That's it.
I bought a trampoline for my nephew, and then I had to solely set it up, me alone, because me and my sister's boyfriend, it was being set up in my mom's backyard because he goes over there quite a bit,
Yeah.
and he really wanted a trampoline. So okay, we give him this trampoline, and Tom and I go to set
Greg?
it up. Greg, it's like Tom. I meant Greg / sometimes known as Tom.
Dude, I was convinced for 3 years that his sister's boyfriend's name was Greg.
No matter how many
It's
times
like,
I corrected
no, dude,
him,
it's Tom. I'm like, when's Greg? Is Greg gonna help out with the? Dude, it's freaking Tom. Fast forward 6 months. Hey, is Greg coming to the Christmas party
it never
tonight?
ends. It never ends.
And now I'm just convinced.
Yeah. We get the trampoline. He comes out. We both go to my mom's house to set it up. And, I mean, there's literally 55 or 60 individual springs that you got to put around and the tarp and the poles. And it was like 2.0, And so we get like, we're like 80% done, right? And we're on the final piece putting like the netting around. And it's not going around because come to find out we put in all the poles backwards. And it's dusk. And I said, Tom / Greg, just go home. I'll figure this out tomorrow. So I went over there the next day, had to completely tear the whole thing down, and
It's such a job.
not start from scratch. But yeah, it was hours and hours of investment. And I don't even know if he plays on it anymore. But that's good.
I
It
remember
probably
when you
does,
got it, dude. I remember a lot. You made a weekend out of putting this dang thing together, dude.
Mhm.
You were over at your mom's for the better part of an entire day plus
Mm-hmm.
another day.
Yep.
I love that you have to put stuff together in your clan, dude. You're
Dude,
the
yeah.
guy. You're the guy.
You're the most trusted.
You are.
In
With
your
good
family.
reason. You are a trustworthy, responsible, prudent,
Prudent.
Young man.
diligent young man.
Who puts trampolines up, the fun stuff that I love and enjoy.
Hey, speaking of being a kid, I thought about this today. When you're a kid, I just thought about how interesting it was, this particular difference in kid communication compared to adult communication. But when you're a kid, you have to validate everything another kid says to you by some way, whether that's asking them if they say something, it's asking them multiple times. But usually it's like if Jordan, you were like, hey, so-and-so has a crush on you, I'd be like, promise? And I was just thinking about how that method of communication would just be so weird between adults today. Like Will's like, dude, I'm thinking about going up to, I'm going to get a corned beef sandwich today from Bodie's. They have a buy one, get one free. Promise, dude? Promise? You promise was like, it was the word in
The
our
bond.
little
Pinky
ecosystem.
promise?
It was the bond.
It was the bond. Like you can't break. Like if it's promised, it cannot be broken.
That's a
It's-
wax seal on the deal.
That is a
Totally.
wax seal.
Yeah, that's the
Notarized.
Yep.
What were the other? Can you think of any other of those phrases? Promise,
I mean,
or like
pinky-
pinky swear,
pinky swear.
yeah,
Pinky
pinky
swear.
promise.
There was like either you spit or you cut hands. Well, it's more like blood brothers. But
Blood Brothers.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was a thing.
a little bit more 1950s, I would say.
A
Probably
little bit, which
too.
is when I grew up. So maybe I'm disconnected from you guys. But
I think there was the
Yeah,
one
yeah.
where you like kissed. You didn't kiss each other. You both kissed your own thumbs while you're wrapped. I think
it's
or something.
That is a take on the pinky swear. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You do pinkies, and then you.
cross your heart, hope to die. You swear on so and so's grave.
Yes,
Oh, that's
yes.
good.
You had to swear by something or promise by something that the girl did in fact have a crush on you, or that
Yeah.
pizza was going to be served at lunch, or it was going to be walking tacos day
Right.
at lunch on Friday, or
Man, do you remember step on
Chicken.
a crack and break your mother's back?
fracture your mother's spine. That was the version I learned.
fracture your
yes,
mother's spine.
Dude, the stakes were
Step
so
on the
high.
line, fracture your mother's spine.
Dude, that's nuts. The stakes
It is nuts.
so high.
That
like
was nuts.
literally, you mess up, your mom suffers.
Yeah, dude.
yeah,
that
right.
is like
And
that.
you have to talk about like relatives, close family members swearing on their graves. So something's going to happen to them in the afterlife, or they're going to haunt you.
Dude,
I don't know what the
swear
repercussions
on
of
my
lying about that
brother's
are.
grave.
Yes, I swear on my dude. I always remember being like, and my mom listens to this podcast, so I got to be delicate on how I say this. She will understand what I mean. But like when you are like that age, like I would think of these scenarios in which like I gotta make this shot, or else my mom's gonna die. It would be like that was like as high of stakes as it could ever get. And of course, I love my mom to death, and I will be devastated the day she passes into eternity. But like at that age, it's just like, dude, if I can't run from here to there in 17 seconds or less, I'm gonna lose my mom, dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose.
So
my
time to
mom's.
motor up, tighten up the laces a little bit. We're sprinting. You know what I'm
I-
saying?
I
Those were these
get it.
games I would make up.
Yeah, I mean,
can't
I
be
get
the
it
only
for
one.
sure.
We love
One
our
of
moms,
the things
man.
I miss is, if you're playing basketball, you're just shooting by yourself, or you're playing another sport and just practicing, and you put that scenario in your head of like, there's 3 seconds to go in the game. It's tied up. If I make this, we win. I would do that constantly in our backyard because we had a basketball hoop, and I played basketball all the time.
Yeah, dude, I noticed. But by the way, when we were playing pool basketball the other night,
Oh, yeah.
you pissed me off, man. How are you that good?
He has basketball abilities, man.
Oh my gosh, dude! I would go 36 shots and make one. He's making like 18 per, whatever. Where I was making one shot, he was making 18. I was like,
Yeah,
what the heck?
It's a
yeah
tough
you're,
game.
I
you're
got
good
pissed.
at basketball, dude.
I played basketball probably from like, honestly, it's been forever since I played professionally, which AKA means within my school. I played from like third grade to eighth grade. And it's all I did growing up in Detroit. We had a basketball hoop in the back. We would play games at the parks and stuff in the area.
I want to hear about growing up in Detroit, by the way,
Okay.
at some point. But I also want to hear about your scenarios that you're making up in the driveway.
Well, this kind of ties in with like my childhood home. So like I would do the thing all the time where I'd just be shooting in the backyard, coming up with these scenarios in my head. I'd run towards the back and then like turn around and do a fade three. And like that, I was winning the game at that point if I made it. And I never made it. It would always go over the fence. And then I'd have to jump the fence and then avoid the bulldog that would chase me throughout the backyard and then get back over.
But there's a countdown in your head going for that. If he can
Yeah.
get the ball.
Yeah,
From
Five,
the bulldog's
4.
mouth, there's still time, ladies and gentlemen.
that's so funny.
Yeah, but at some point in time, I don't remember when, this was probably mid 90s. I think my dad wanted to build like a back sort of patio. And growing up, like, when we would have parties and stuff like that, we'd set up tables and chairs on this thing. But it wasn't a flat surface patio. It was not one smooth sheet of concrete. It was not smooth at all, actually. It was multiple bricks that were set in a patio shape that would protrude from the ground in various ways. So when you're playing basketball in my backyard, you might as well be spiking a football into the ground. You don't know where this basketball is going, dude. I'm shooting it down, and ping, off into the sunset it goes. Yeah. So that was the only
Yeah.
tough part about trying to win the end of the game. I'd have like in my head, I'd have 3 seconds left to win the game, right? And bounce the
variables.
basketball, and then it goes off way into the backyard because it bounced off a random brick that's sticking out of the ground. And then
Did
I'd
your
get
dad
myself-
lay those bricks?
Oh, of course, yeah, yeah.
Staying
Bricklayer,
Master craftsman, master
Mason.
craftsman,
dude.
Mason Dixon.
I saw this hilarious video either
good
on
line.
Instagram or TikTok or something. But it's like a video, like on a normal iPhone, current iPhone, you can do like this filter that's like a VCR or whatever, and it kind of looks like
Yeah.
a filter that's like
Yeah.
it's got the, lines in there and stuff. And it was that of this dude shooting a basketball in his backyard, and it was this exact same thing. So like he's doing all of this stuff, but he's talking, narrating this scene as, like what his mind's saying.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, 3 seconds left. And he shoots it. And it like hits off the backboard and like goes off to the side, and he runs and gets it. He's like, all right, they're giving him another 3 seconds here. It goes.
Consolation,
like-
3 seconds for it going out of bounds. Yeah.
It was like that.
I do that all the
It
time.
like hits off the rim, and he's like, somehow there's 3 more seconds on the clock. Dude, it's really funny.
That is so
Yeah, the same
incredibly
exact thing,
relatable.
because you like keep doing that. Like,
Oh, you just
Yeah.
keep doing
what
it
are you
over and
gonna
over
do?
again.
Lose? No,
Right.
you're
No,
by
of course
yourself.
not.
You've got to figure out a way to win.
Yeah, the game is rigged in my favor.
By you.
That bulldog, though, that I had mentioned, I don't know if I ever talked about this, but
I don't think you have.
the neighbors, originally the neighbor that we had like a really nice old friendly dog and whatever, and she ended up moving out, and new neighbors moved in, and they had a bulldog that if you got anywhere near it up against the fence line would hurl its body at the fence line continuously, which I was not a fan of. I'm like,
That's
I'm going to
scary.
get my hand bit off or mauled by this thing, so I'm not going anywhere near it. So when I have something in the backyard go over the fence, I would not hop over if that bulldog was in the backyard. One time, and I'm probably about 9 years old at this point or so, what was happening? I think we were playing out in the front, and something went up their driveway, up by their gate, and the bulldog was out. And I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna go by the bulldog. Okay,
That's what you
so
call
To
it.
go buy the bulldog, BUY.
well, now I have to buy the bulldog. Only have
Shoot.
$5 to my name.
I'm only 9, and I don't.
I'm only 9. I got one sack of Jawea maybe tucked away somewhere.
Now I have to purchase the bulldog.
This was the bet he made before he made the shot.
If I miss, I have to purchase the
High
bulldog.
stakes. It was always high stakes for me. Always high stakes. And whatever I had to go get is by the fence, and the bulldog's out, and it's just watching me. It's just watching what I'm doing. So I'm like gracefully going up to the fence. I get 5 feet away. It starts hurling its body at the fence. Well, the fence breaks open,
Oh no!
and it was like I was on the beaches of Normandy, running for my life. At this point, the bulldog was chasing me full sprint. I'm running down the street, screaming so loud I sound like a firework going off, probably like a bottle rocket. A bunch of bottle rockets coming out of my mouth. And my parents and everybody is just laughing so hard. Let me give you some context here. When my sister was a little kid, there was a neighbor dog that came over and like bit her, and she still has a scar to this day on her face from it. So my parents laughing really didn't add up.
That's disconcerting.
Nonetheless, so yeah, they're all laughing, having a good time. And bulldog caught up to me, wasn't aggressive at all, just wanted to play.
Wow.
So I was fearing that dog that entire time, when in reality, nothing to worry about probably.
Isn't that a life lesson?
I was going to
somewhere?
say, isn't that a lot like life?
But you would think, just based off of how this dog would act, that you wouldn't want to go anywhere near it.
Sure.
Hurling its
Drool.
body at the fence,
Yeah.
like not looking malicious at all times.
Bulldogs are natively mean or nice.
I think
You're going to
they're-
piss off a lot of people with that comment, but I mean, the numbers are there. I don't know.
I think bulldogs, they look more menacing than they are. They've got their couple of bottom teeth kind of sticking out, and they got a smush face. And I think just like pit bulls or anything else, they're stigmatized for no reason. But like I've definitely met a lot of bulldogs that are great. They're really, really friendly dogs.
Sure.
But
yep.
this one in particular, I just like my interactions with them weren't good. It
Yeah.
wasn't coming up to me whining to get pet. It wasn't nice, you know.
I mean, wasn't there a bulldog in like Looney Tunes?
Probably.
When you said
No.
the teeth, I was like, "There's a dog."
There was a dog, yeah.
And you know what? To all the people who are offended, he was mean.
He was mean. So we're conditioned to think these things are mean.
You expect us to think differently than Looney Tunes?
Yeah.
That's it.
But yeah, luckily nothing happened.
That's
but
good,
it was
dude.
one of the more frightening experiences I've ever had in my life.
Isn't that a
Seeing
lot
that
like
gate
life,
crash
though?
open
Said
after,
it.
after months or years of preconditioning in my head, thinking that this thing wants to just tear me apart any chance it gets. Seeing that gate crack open, dude. Wow.
Yeah.
I had
I,
this random thought when we were about to hit record on this podcast. We were talking about topics,
Yeah.
Do you think that at any time, like at any point in time, that the word topics came from saying top picks?
Top picks?
Yeah.
It's a great question. And thank you. Thank you for presenting it. It's
This is a radio show.
yeah.
I just
Someone called
in.
That's
Thanks for
thank you for calling in.
NPR
Thank you for
today.
your question. I don't think that, and I'll tell you why. I have a feeling that the way the English language was being used when the word topic was, say, coined, they weren't saying picks for things. They weren't calling selections picks. I don't think. I could be wrong. I frequently am.
Isn't it coincidental?
It is coincidental. It's one of those happy accidents. It's one of those Happy Gilmores. Love that movie, by the way. Just watched it again in recent day on
Really?
Netflix.
So good.
Especially being a student of the game now, I
shouldn't
can
have been
appreciate it all the
standing
more.
Topic is a Greek origin. Of Greek origin.
Of
It comes
course
from the
it
word
is.
topos or topos, I don't know. But it means a place. And then there's ta topika in Greek that means matters concerning commonplaces. And then there's the Latin topica, late 15th century origin.
Huh.
But it all
none
stems
of
from
those
Greek.
things are like
They sort of are.
What was the first one? Topos?
The
It means places.
ta topika or topica means matters concerning commonplaces.
all right, matters and concerning.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yep. So we solved that one. Close that.
Yeah, that's good. Topic. Greek origin. Topic.
Can you
Topic.
use it in a sentence?
Hey, did you guys ever do spelling bees in school? In elementary school?
but the funny thing was you said that like a spelling bee and then didn't spell the word.
I spelled it.
Oh, did you?
Didn't I spell it? Topic.
I thought you just went topic, Greek origin, commonplace, topic. Didn't spell it.
No, I remember it from the old song. Topic. Topic. And Topic was his name. See, you remember it.
Yep.
Yeah, dude.
It's true.
Topic the dog, dude.
Having
Hey,
a dog
speaking
named
of
Topic is
dog,
funny.
I've only cried during 2 movies ever. Old Yeller and Air Bud.
Wow.
Why do I only cry for dog movies, dude?
What about Marley and Me?
Didn't see it, but would cry.
Don't see it. You would
Won't.
cry.
Won't, and therefore won't cry. But I've heard that same thing. Does he die? Yeah. He perishes?
He belongs to a parish?
He gives up the ghost?
Yeah, dude. I watched
You make
that
it
one
through-
time with a girlfriend of mine. Bawling. Embarrassing.
Really?
I'm trying to think of the last movie.
Thought too much about the movie. Like, I get it that you're sad, but you don't have to hysterically cry. You don't
Yeah.
have to be like this right now. You can choose to not be
You can
like
always
this.
choose to not
You
cry
can
as
always
well.
choose to not be like this. Yeah, I went and saw. Speaking of seeing movies with girls in high school, I took a girl in high school to go see Ghost Rider with Nicolas Cage, dude,
An unbelievable date idea.
he is a freaking post-apocalyptic flame. His face is a skull, and he rides a motorcycle. And then a couple years later, I took a girl to see The Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith. A week later, liked the movie so much that I took a different girl to go see The Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith. See?
The next week, I took Will Smith.
To go see this girl. And I said, this is her. This is one of them.
The
who's
next
starring in a
week,
play.
I took Ghost Rider to go see Pursuit of Happiness. And no one could see the screen because of his flaming head.
And I even like did the move on him too. I put my arm up here on the
That's
seat
where all
that's
those
too
scars
high.
come from on your forearm.
Yeah, it's all these stretch marks on my
you never
arm is
did
from
Trying
Dude,
to pull
remember-
the moves on Ghost Rider.
Yes, dude. Remember trying to do the moves, by the way? I remember being in a movie theater being like, how am I...
Yeah.
I want to... What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
One time I did it. One time
Up
I
here?
did it. This is so bad. Dude, I think about this once a month. Still. I was 14. I went to a movie theater and I did that. My arm was so high and I didn't know how to make it comfortable. It completely fell asleep, dude. The movie
stayed
ends-
committed,
I
didn't you?
stayed at least an hour, 60 minutes.
Wow.
Like, this is what you do when you're like, you know, when something pulses and you've got to like not let your heartbeat come out of your arm or whatever, lift
Yes.
it above your heart, whatever it is.
Yes.
It was like this, dude, for at least 60 minutes. The movie ends. She gets up and my arm just collapses. I can't move it.
I
can't
love
move
that
it.
because
You had to carry your own arm out.
I was
in your head you
embarrassed.
wanted to make the move, but it was so awkward for you to get your arm up there, but you're like, this is my only thing I can do. And to remove it would signify something else that I don't want to signify. I don't want to pull my arm away,
Yeah.
You're
but I have
already
no other
committed.
option here, so you just left it, and that's commitment.
That is commitment. Good for you, man.
Wow.
I wish I could take it back because it was the most embarrassing. I tried to kiss her that night too. Yeah, I did. I tried to kiss her
with
that
your
night.
arm just hanging down.
Did she
Her
kiss
mom was
back?
talking to my mom.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I wasn't afraid.
I tried to kiss her mom that night. I
tried
dude,
to
I
no. Listen, I tried
Yeah, I
to
wanna
kiss
hear.
her. I went in for the kiss and she dodged it.
Whoa.
Now you're trying to figure out my deep-rooted issues? Starts there. It starts in that moment, dude.
everything started there. I'm trying to think back, man. I remember seeing, dude. I guess when I was in high school, girls just did whatever I wanted to do, or in other words, I should say, I asked them to just do whatever I wanted to do and was going to do, and I was like, "You can come if you want," kind of thing. So I'm trying to think of these movies that I saw. I saw Nacho Libre on a date
Yeah.
with Jack Black, which was pretty silly. Saw Napoleon Dynamite on a date. I
Yeah.
saw Dodgeball on a date. These are all just movies that I would go to with the homies and just cry laughing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I feel like they at least at the time, they weren't high school girl movies.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
Were you
But,
trying
you
to
know-
do like scary movies at the theater? Because I was too.
Well, I went to
So-
see Saw 2 that one time, and I called an ex-girlfriend. I left. I was with friends, and I left in the first scene. The key is behind his eyeball, and he has to stab it out to get the key.
Yeah.
I said, "This is too
Family
much for
fun.
me. This is too much for me." So I left, and I was like, "Who can pick me up? My mom's asleep. I'll call Kimmy." Hey, Kim. Hey, no, I know we haven't talked in what has it been? 10 months. And I know it's 11:29 p.m. On a Friday night, but would you mind coming and picking me up? I did this, and she did.
Did she ever ask why?
Why I
you
wanted
wanted
She
to
was
get
get
picked
picking
up.
you up.
Oh, I think I was fully transparent. That movie was just, it was psychological torture for me.
Yeah.
It worked.
It's no good.
It worked. Jigsaw
It
won.
worked. The Jigsaw won.
Yeah.
Stout 0.
Dude, I was out to dinner tonight for my niece's birthday. My sister's youngest daughter turned 6 today.
Cute age.
She also has her two oldest, Madeline and Riley, who are pretty cool now.
Good kids. Yep.
Yeah, they're cool.
High school.
They've got all of like that just current vernacular vocabulary, just everything they say sounds way cooler than I'll ever be kind of thing.
No cap, dude.
No cap, sus.
No salary cap.
No salary cap in this era.
Dude, there's so many things that they can just say and like it's tight. The way they text is cool,
Yeah.
primarily emojis and stuff. But I was telling him that I was doing the podcast tonight. Dude, they roasted the podcast for like 30 minutes.
What are these kids' names?
What did they have to say?
What are their phone numbers?
So like I have all of my notes on my phone, which is very unfortunate right now because my phone's recording the podcast.
Yeah. Your phone is the producer.
But they were basically just saying like, hey, you need to have like interviews, and Madeline wants to fully take over our Instagram and TikTok. Then. And I was like, kind of a play.
Yes. Yes.
Kind of a play. And I was like, here's the thing. Yeah, we're happy to like hire you, but for free.
For free.
And she's like, yeah, we'll call it a summer internship.
Yes.
That's what it is.
That's it. Okay. Let's talk. Let's have a, I don't know. What are the kids using these days to have video calls? I don't know what the platform is.
It's going to be Zoom. It's got to be
Zoom. Okay. So I still got it.
We're okay with child labor laws and stuff like that. That's all in the clear.
Yeah, she's like,
okay.
I think she's 18 or something.
Cool.
So
I remember when she was an infant.
Same. So yeah, but like, dude, they were talking a lot of things like, hey, you guys just need to like spice it up a little bit. And like what I realized during this whole roast, because it was a 30-minute roast.
I'm ready to swing on these kids.
I like took fire in the face, and Monica was just watching like a ping pong match. And then mostly, she was defending me and stuff. But yeah, what I realized is that regardless of all of the stuff and all of the things that like go on in life, regardless of your personality, you get older and the young kids are younger and probably cooler.
That's it.
Always.
That's it.
It's always how it works.
They always have better ideas, and we're getting older, dude.
Just said to somebody the other day, youth is wasted on the young, man. They don't even know how good they've got it. They don't even know how much. I coined that term, and that's why, again, that's yet another quip that I have tattooed on my body in some place. Dude,
over the necklace.
They came up with so many good ideas. They're like, do this, do that. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds sick, but like,
but we do it for our enjoyment and the enjoyment of the people who get us. And we will have a guest on here or there as needed.
Yeah.
But we got 3 of the funniest people in North America on this podcast.
A big thing was that we do it live. A big thing is that we do it live and do games. Like Shazam games, like name that tune and stuff.
That's fun. That's fun. I mean, tough to do over Skype.
All they're thinking about, like when I said, yeah, our primary platforms are Instagram and YouTube, they're like, yeah, just get rid of them. Do TikTok.
I know. I've been told that. And I've told you that I've been told that.
Isn't that nuts?
TikTok. But I hate the interface of TikTok,
sir?
dude. TikTok, sir? Get the heck out of here. That's Dumb and Dumber. Who knows it? I got another topic. Topos, if you will.
Yeah, Topo Chico.
Yeah. Have you had their Topo Chico hard seltzers, by the way?
And it's good. It's good. They're good.
Best in class, especially this time of year.
Yeah.
You're out on the lake. You're out by the pool. What are you doing if you don't have a Topo Chico, dude? Come on.
Those are easy to come by anywhere, right?
Yeah.
They're allocated, but so I got a text from a colleague. Drew, idea for your podcast. Can you hear the train going right now?
No.
It must be taking in raw textiles to the downtown area.
I'm glad they showed up on time this time.
Yes, and then redistributed into the GDP around the country.
Yes, I like the GDP.
Yeah, it's struggling right now, but here we go. And I was thinking of GOP, by the way, but gross domestic product, GDP. Drew, idea for your podcast. Contact editing in your phone. Do you go through and remove people that aren't really in your life? Because I don't. I've got names and numbers for people who I know as middle schoolers and are now full-fledged adults. Do I call them or text them to see how things are going? I think that was probably a hypothetical, but do you guys do that? Do you keep up on your contacts in your phone?
I do.
No.
A house divided. Will says I do. Jordan says no. This is interesting.
I do. It's the same premise as why no matter if I don't use an app, if there's a little red bubble for an update or whatever, I clear that out because otherwise it bothers me. So I'll go through and clean house. I am over-organized sometimes, and sometimes I'll open up my contact list and I'll just be looking through looking for a name of somebody that I can't remember or whatever. I'm like, who is this? Who is Sherman Bach? Who is Sherman Bach? Let me see if I have any more note. No, I don't. Oh, wait, it's got some data in here. Like it was from my Android phone from 10 years ago. Probably don't need them in there anymore. Oh, someone I went to high school with and I ran into them and we exchanged numbers 7 years ago. Not going to need that number. I can't stand having fluff in my phone.
I like that. I like that. And I tip my cap to you.
I've gone into my contacts list. I could count on 2 hands.
Really?
Under 10. I always just swipe down and put the person's name in. I don't go to my contacts list to like scroll through and find the name.
Oh, you swipe down. What do you mean?
Unlock your phone right now.
Yeah.
Swipe down, like middle.
Oh, okay.
It'll bring up a search, and then you just type in Drew.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, right on. I have, so like, for example, if a woman gets married, I don't always remember to go back and edit. I have a lot of maiden names in my phone, and it looks like, Drew, what are you holding out? I mean, you're waiting for this to, like, you refuse to come to reality or come to terms? I'm like, no, I just don't ever, after somebody's in my phone, I just don't edit it anymore.
Yeah, I've never edited like a married name.
Yeah. I do have Monica McMillian for what it's worth.
I have Olivia Hanstead.
Respect.
You know what took me a second was Valerie Gessler. Update that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the maiden name there? Valerie.
So Shacky.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. So Shacky.
Well, so Shacky this, Shacky. I mean,
but yeah, there's a lot of people where I've had to put like what business they work for, what social media thing, whatever it is, because otherwise I'm not going to remember. And those are the kind of people where I just look back like a couple years later. I haven't reached out to them once. I don't talk to them anymore. There's pretty much zero chance I'm ever going to interact with this person ever again. Out. You're out.
Yeah, you're out.
And if it comes down to it and they call me or they text me, I go, who is this? Oh, so-and-so. Okay, well, I'll add you back in if it's relevant. You know?
Yeah.
You know, but for now, you're out. You're out of the Rolodex.
You used to, in the day, dude, back in the day, you used to have to start over from scratch every time you got a new Sanyo or Sprint little Nokia phone or whatever. You had to start over.
New phone, like MySpace, like message your numbers.
Yeah, it's a sacrifice. Put out a MySpace bulletin and people will reply back.
The MySpace bulletin, dude.
It was great.
You know what you see now in replacement of that is the Facebook bulletin of I got hacked. Don't accept friend requests from me, which happens to my dad once every 2 weeks, roughly.
I was gonna say it happens to only people 50 years old and older.
They don't understand. They forgot their password. They don't know what email is. They don't know what their email is. Can't remember what a password is, whose password it is, what's Facebook,
who is password,
password, what is a Facebook. And then they sent out a bulletin of like, don't accept any friend requests from me, and there's one like. And nothing happened at all. Like
that's it.
I get friend requests from my dad at least 3 times per year, probably. And I'm like, hey, what's going on? What's going on now? Oh, must have gotten hacked. Here we go.
My dad has at least 2 active Facebook profiles.
Mm-hmm.
I got locked out of one of them. I don't know what to. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, my dad has 2 as well. Yep.
My dad has none. My dad's not on it.
Consider yourself.
He thinks literally that the public eye is going to know too much about you. Question.
Yeah.
Do you guys know your dad's passwords?
No.
Really?
He's told it to me before because I've had to log in to stuff for him.
My dad's passwords are always stuff like from a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like Hot Rod Nova Man 97.
Respect.
That's not a password. But
all right.
Let's you know what I kind of want to discuss?
Huh.
What were your AIM screen names?
My first one was JMoney3645.
Respect.
Okay, that seems like a. Did you put thought into it, or was it auto generated?
I don't remember, dude. Like, I don't remember.
Yeah.
But there's no way an auto generation would come up with J Money.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Maybe not. Yeah.
So yeah, probably thought out. I probably dreamt about it.
Yeah.
Then it was Van Skater 4656.
Oh, wait. Okay, let me break that down. Vans Skater. Now, you were big. Now you skated, right?
Not much.
You like to skateboard.
I did.
You liked Vans.
And you liked
That's a
Vans.
I
Greek
did like
origin.
Vans. Vans Skate Park was in full swing in Novi.
Oh,
Okay.
true.
Yeah.
True. Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
So Van Skater 4656.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are those numbers?
Yeah.
Easy to remember.
Oh, true.
Okay, 4656. Okay.
One line.
Did you have numbers in yours?
No. I
No.
like to go clean.
Swinger
Clean.
Drew in some gear. Well, then my third one was JD McMillian, which was really hard to figure out who I was
Yeah.
at that point.
That
It
you're
was
pretty
tough.
as
ambiguous
opposed
at
to
that
Van
point.
Skater.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah. Yeah. A little tougher to peg you. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. You want to be a little bit more anonymous. I
What
get
were
that.
yours?
My first one ever, I think, was Will Yum, and Yum was spelled Y-U-M.
What if it was IAM?
And the Yum was spelled I-A-M. Kind of went a little bit
The
off kilter
screen
there.
name was William.
Yeah.
William, but I spelled the yum I-A-M.
Yeah. So nobody could guess who I was. And then I don't remember if there were. It was so long ago. I don't remember if there were numbers or anything else in there. But the more recent one would have been Bonzo Wannabe. And there were, I believe there may have been X's on the front and the back of that.
Okay,
Oh,
fair.
God.
X's before and after were a thing, for
Any
sure.
capital
Definitely
letters in there? Bonzo was capitalized?
Now, who's Bonzo?
Bonzo is John Bonham from Led Zeppelin.
Oh,
That was his
respect.
nickname.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
wannabe?
Wannabe. Yeah. So that was mine.
That's
I don't-
tight.
There's not a chance that anybody within my age range knew what the hell Bonzo meant at all.
Yeah.
But there were so many insane screen names out there. I
Dude.
could never.
Your screen name was your identity.
Yeah.
It was.
me
It
wrong.
was. Hey, do you remember when you would say something funny or something to someone and they would copy and paste with timestamp your thing and put it in or they would like quote you in their profile.
Oh,
profile,
dude, the
yeah.
There
best,
was nothing,
Yeah.
no greater honor.
the
No.
best feeling ever.
Yeah.
That was so awesome.
yeah.
Nothing like it. Or the away messages, man.
Away messages
yeah.
were a whole thing.
They truly were, and they
Door
never
opening.
they never meant anything. Though it was just like I'd put like brand new lyrics in my. away
Sometimes I
mess-
would just have I would just have an away message up, but I would be there.
right.
You know.
Yeah.
Almost like just to shield away people that I didn't super want to talk to, but I might be proactively there chirping at girls. Or what if you get so and so, Princess XO, 37 wants to talk with you, accept or decline. When that little prompt would show
Oh,
up,
yeah.
somebody who's not on your buddy list, but they're
Heart racing.
DMing you.
Heart
Yeah.
racing,
Oh.
man.
It's huge.
Electric feeling.
Yeah.
To this
There was-
day, I mean, my heart rate just spiked. I'll be honest with you. It's 84. Normally, I rest around 65. It's 84 right now.
Yeah, because I mean, I've talked about this before. I didn't really have a cell phone throughout high school, so AIM was sort of my way of texting, right?
Totally.
And just the plans you could make, the conversations you could have, the jokes you'd make. Could you have group chats in AIM?
No.
You could. I thought you could. I thought
No,
you could
chat
make like.
rooms, that's it.
I thought you could make a little chat room like the three of us could. I thought maybe in later
I don't think
iterations.
so. Yeah.
No, they missed on that. That was a huge
Yeah.
miss on their end.
Major. Let's kill him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, let's kill him. So
Dude, I would just sit on AIM for hours. Just
Same.
listen to music.
my brother and I would take turns, like 2 hours on the computer each of us,
Same.
and 2 hours would fly by.
Yeah.
Like it would be like, what? What do you mean? Like it's already 8 p.m. What?
Mm-hmm.
Where did the time go? Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, those were the freaking days, man.
Yep.
Um,
Dude,
we're coming up on time.
communication with
Go.
friends- Communication with friends back then was so extremely limited.
It was, but it was like
You
the
had to make
perfect balance, dude. It was the perfect balance.
It was a good balance.
because you're not really like, I mean, you can call somebody if you guys have a cell phone like you guys that lived in the 21st century when I didn't. And, but if you're somebody like me, it's like the way you're talking to your friends, like on the fly, and multiple friends at a time, you're going home, you're hopping on AIM, you're figuring out what you're going to do tonight or this weekend or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then you meet up with those friends, and that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
It wasn't overbearing. It wasn't inundated. Like it was, I don't know. It was like the perfect balance of
Were we
communication.
talking about it on the podcast? Like my dad going to the airport in 1994 and just telling his friend that he's going to I'll meet you at the airport. But then just figuring out how to meet at the airport.
Yeah,
dude. I think we talked about that a few episodes ago because I was picking somebody up from the airport and I was like, how did we do this before phones?
That's
like,
yeah.
It really is a wild thought. Yeah, right now it's scheduled to land at 4:50 p.m.
Yep.
And then they can't even, before the internet, I mean, the person is just like, okay, 4:50 it is.
Yep.
They don't know if
that
it's
was also
delayed
probably
by
the time
snow
you
for 2
could just
hours.
walk into an airport, right? To
True.
the gate.
Right.
And just like meet him in there.
Yeah, no issue.
Yeah.
True.
It's crazy.
Insane.
Yep.
Well, let's button it up, guys. We're good on time right now, and I think we're in that sweet spot. If we go any longer, I don't know. It would actually probably still continue to be good, but I think we're in a nice spot right now. And so what I want to do is, from the bottom of my heart, if you guys are okay with this, wrap up the episode.
From the bottom of your heart, you want to wrap up
Scratch
the
this
episode.
From the bottom of my heart. Run it back.
From the bottom of my heart, let's run this one back, actually. Dude, I think it would be so funny. I talked about this with Jordan because on the previous 2 episodes ago now, we had audio issues, and I was like, let's just re-record that episode, but print out a full transcript of it and read the script back.
It's like
recreate
a sight read for a movie.
Yes. Will laughs and slaps me. Ooh.
That would be hilarious,
so...
dude. I'd love a transcript of one of these.
It would be funny. I wonder if we printed a transcript of one of our episodes and we all read someone else's.
Mm-hmm.
If we could tell, yes, if we did a table read, if we could tell who is who, only based on the words. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It would be funny. We'll do it sometime when we go on tour, which we will eventually. We'll take this thing on tour.
Yep. We'll be playing Taco Bell Arena in no time.
At Taco Bell Arena, Yum Brands Arena. We'll do all the arenas. Staples Center.
True.
Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle.
Pledge Allegiance Arena.
The Pledge Allegiance to the flag Arena. All right, guys. Well, listen. Episode 63. 1 episode before my grandpa's number of 64 when I was a kid, and I used to talk about when he was going to turn 64 because that was cool. Because N64 at the time goes to show how long ago it was. He's dead now, but we love him anyway. We love you guys as well. And without much further ado, that's all for episode 63 of the Stouting Off Podcast. See you later.